Saturday, the 4th of August 2018, Australian sprinter Kaden Groves secured his maiden victory for Mitchelton-BikeExchange today, sprinting to the win on the final stage of the Tour of Qinghai Lake in China. A challenging 2 weeks of racing at altitude in China drew to a close with a fast, urban circuit race around Lanzhou, with Groves securing the stage win that had eluded the Chinese outfit for the previous 12 stages. Another consistent team display saw every man play his part, with Sweeny and Briton Hennessy working hard to position Groves near the front as the final approached. Hennessy was last man for Groves in the lead-out and hit warp speed with around 700 meters to go before the former Australian U19 road champion kicked with 300 meters remaining, maintaining his speed all the way to the line for a memorable victory. Recap: the Tour started well for Mitchelton-BikeExchange, with Hennessy 8th on the opening stage and following it up with 2nd on stage 2 before mounting the podium again with 3rd on stage 12. Suffering some difficult days in between sprint stages, Australian climber Drew Morey fought hard in the mountains to stay in contact with the GC leaders, but it was the Colombians who dominated, with Lanzhou Esteban taking successive stage wins and the overall victory. Chinese rider Bai Wenhui rode himself into the ground on every stage in service of his teammates, a task which intensified when compatriot Sun Xiaolong was forced to abandon after stage 7 due to sickness. Kaden Groves: the last stage turned out to be a very successful day for us. We had a plan and we executed it perfectly. The boys were great, and I couldn't have asked any more of them. I was in the right spot at the right time, and I am really happy to have been able to finish it off with a win. It started hard because the sprint teams were trying to claim the green jersey, and it was a hard circuit with the highway climb, and positioning was very important. Without the team, I couldn't have been there in the finish. Today was our last chance to get the result we'd been aiming for over the last 2 weeks. We could only do our best, and thankfully that was good enough. It's an unreal feeling and the perfect way to finish our first Tour of Qinghai Lake. Hennessy: it's incredible. What a way to finish the race, unbelievable. Really happy to have been there in the last couple of kilometers for Kaden. I was telling him throughout the stage that I was feeling good and we could do this. Trying to keep us motivated for the final stage, and everyone was tired and hurting after 2 weeks of hard racing, but we did it. It's extra special and maybe more important for us to get the stage win as a Chinese team in one of the biggest races in China. We've done ourselves proud here. Everybody has got on well and worked hard for each other, and I think that's gained us some respect within the peloton and is something to be proud of. We came close so many times, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Top 10s nearly every stage, and it's so nice to leave China with a victory that we actually set out for. They say that you're only as good as your last race, and today is the day that we are all going to remember. Tour of Qinghai Lake Stage 13 Results 1. Kaden Groves, Mitchelton-BikeExchange 2 hours 8 minutes and 17 seconds 2. Lucas Carstensen, Bike Aid, St. 3. Cameron Scott's Australian Cycling Academy, St. Final General Classification, 1. Lanzhou Esteban, 42 hours 16 minutes and 47 seconds 2. Hernando Bajorquez, Lanzhou Esteban, 1053. Radoslav Regina, Adria Mobile, 235.31. Drew Morey, Mitchelton-BikeExchange 1810 photos courtesy of the Tour of Qinghai Lake.